So you talked a little bit about developmental psychology, and just now you were talking about all the pain and harm that education has done. And I wonder if, because we often do not talk in this way, with this language, yes, in this way, in early childhood education. Very, I don't think that I have heard many people, people talk about, individual trauma, but not about systemic trauma as is systemic within the system, within early childhood education. So I wonder if you can give us a little bit more about that idea of pain and harm in early childhood education. And even it reminded me when you said that yesterday, Cristina and I were having a conversation about when residential schools were taking place here in Canada, and they were actually working with the intent that they were working. It was at the very same time that Loris Malaguzzi was creating this transformative educational project.
Yes, so. Yes, these two very different contexts for education. There are a couple of things that come to my mind, and you can also bring me if I don't totally answer. The first one is one of the most broad concepts that we can give to pedagogy, the Pedagogista and Pedagogy, of course, it's totally entangled, is that pedagogy is, first of all, is a discipline, is a social science discipline in an European context, okay? But pedagogy is that which wants to generate experiences. We could say at the very basic that it is something that helps us generate educational experiences or experiences. So, and that's fine. And if we leave it as that, it's quite innocent. But the very important question for me, and I think for many pedagogistas, is what kind of experiences do we generate? And there is where I think ethics and the question perhaps of violence comes in. So I constantly ask myself, what kind of experiences are we generating? And for example, what kind of experiences developmental psychology allows us to generate with children? What kind of experiences have we generated historically in early childhood education in Canada? One of the very difficult situations I found myself when I accepted this crazy invitation to become the Pedagogista at Capilano Children's Center was that I realized that early childhood education in this context was a space for intervention, but that was the history I was about to inherit. Because you see, as a pedagogista, you then have to wear the weight of legacies and inheritances. And that's what I had to do 10 years ago. So inherit the fact that it was about practices of intervention. That's how early childhood education started in Canada. And it was very much understood as a space for socialization, for the socialization of children. Which means, letting them, preparing them into certain norms. Say thank you, say please, talk with your own words. You know those words that we have? Use your words. Silent feet. You're better than me on these. I'm sure I am learning them still. But we are doing something. We are creating experiences with that. So we are socializing children. Maybe even creating spaces of enculturalization, giving them a culture, a particular culture. So that is where I think about the violence. So pedagogy is not innocent. It comes with what big words now we could say ontological violence. There is a violence with pedagogy. We can't get rid of it. And I think that in early childhood education in Canada, we don't want to deal with that. And that's why often we walk away from, are we doing education or not? Are we in an educational realm? Are we in a pedagogical realm or not? Because it's uncomfortable. Because we are not only socializing, we are not only creating a spaces of enculturalization, we are creating subjects, humans, ways of living, lives. That's what we are doing.